off with some BB cream as usual, but today I'm going to be using a brush. Shocking, I know. I'm going to put a bit of the Skin 79 BB cream on the back of my hand to use it as a palette and then apply that all over my face and blend it out. Obviously I'm going to pull a few fish faces while I do this. Then I'm going to go over it with a buffing brush just to make sure that everything's smooth and blended. And then with that exact same brush, I'm going to be using this really nice contour colour from NYX. You've seen me use this 100 times, it's my favourite colour for my own skin tone. And then I'm just going to bring that down along the cheekbones and then along the jawline as well. Of course, more fish faces. For the brows, I'm going to brush through them and then blend them in. And today I'm going to be using a pencil brush and not something smaller. That way I don't have to individually draw each hair, and it's also much easier to get a very smooth edge with a pencil brush. Once I've done that, I'm going to run through it just to make sure that there aren't any areas which maybe got filled in a bit too much. I'm going to apply a primer and blend that out with my fingers. Now over this I'm going to be using a dark brown eyeshadow. I'm going to be using my fingers to apply it at first all over the lid, and then I'm going to be using a fluffy blending brush just to blend out the edges. And you want to really pull that out, especially on the corner of the eye, and we're going to be bringing that shade around the corner of the eye and then underneath onto the lower lid. One of the easiest ways to make sure that the colour applies really nicely on the lower lid is just to squint and then get that colour right underneath that crease that's going to form, and then try and pull that up into the lashes as close as possible. After that I'm going to be using a black eyeshadow and I'm going to line all the way along the waterline, but then I'm going to start bringing it out into a bit of a cat eye. And the easiest way to do this is just to look down into a mirror and then try and follow the lash line. I'm going to connect that onto the lower lash line and then blend that out. With the same pencil brush that I used for my eyebrows, I'm going to be applying a little bit of brown eyeshadow to that, and then applying this on the outer corner of the eye at the very root of those lashes and then blending it out. In the inner corner of the eye I'm going to be using a gold dough. And you want to try and apply this quite messily. Squint your eyes at the same time and bring that a lot further down than you normally would, and then blend it out with your finger. I'm also going to take that same colour and line along the wing on the outer corner of the eye on both eyes. Then I'm going to apply the same colour just on the waterline, and my favourite way to do this isn't to pull the skin down but rather to just press my finger underneath the eye. That way the skin folds outwards without me having to pull it down and tug at the skin, which I really don't like to do. Then I'm going to take a black eyeliner, go over the line that I drew previously, draw a little triangle and 2 dots following out from that, and then you want to bring those lines down. And on the upper lid, we're going to bring that line all the way down to the line that we've already drawn and then connect it. Once that line's all neat, on the lower lid we're going to draw these little lashes, and you want to wing them out, especially on the corner. For the lips I'm going to be taking a Milani lip liner, and this one's in the colour All Natural, and I'm going to outline the lips and then fill them in. I'm not a real fan of outlining the lips and then leaving it at that, just because if the lipstick goes then it can look a little bit weird, so I prefer to fill in the lips after I've lined them. And then I'm going to take that same eyeliner and just put that along the Cupid's bow. I'm going to be using 2 colours and mixing them. One's from Beauty UK and it's called Snob, and the other one's from Sleek and it's called Russian Roulette. I'm going to mix that out on the palette and then apply that. Once that's all blended out, I'm going to move back to the eyes and I'm going to be applying some false lashes. I'm going to be using a pair which is a little bit thicker right at the very centre of the eye. After that, going back to the lips, I'm going to finish off with a few small touches. I'm just going to take that same black eyeliner and then do 3 dots stemming up from Cupid's bow and then 2 lines on the lower lip before taking that gold liner again, and I'm just going to run that through those black lines that I've drawn and then do another line on the bottom lip. After that I'm going to finish off with some accessories and then the mask that I made for this look as well. And if you haven't seen it already, I'll have a link to that down in the description box. And then that's it. You're done.